Dude, there's like 3 ways to oppress people, yeah?
Yeah.
This is.
Explain it.
Alright, let me spit. Y'all ready for this?
Tell it from the heart.
Y'all ready for this?
You needed the theme then.
Oh yeah, dude. I found that we had a soundboard.
Go back.
So there's a way to oppress people, yeah? So you give them the white privilege. So they're from a point of privilege. So then they get hit with that. And that's how they, because you're like, it's because he's a man. They think they can attack you like you're the ultimate boss in Doom or some shit.
Yeah.
And that's one way to oppress people. You have to understand, people that get oppressed they're not called oppressed. Like, some say LBGT is oppressed, but it's like, are they? They got all these merchandise, they got the whole, every company's supporting them, they got representation, they got voices, they got Mardi Gras, they got everything.
Let me cut in for a second there, and then you can go back to explaining your definition of oppressed. But I was speaking to my dad the other day and talking about how how people have dressed up as women men have dressed up as women, or women have dressed up as men for like centuries now. Like it's been within the culture, within human culture for a long time.
Yeah.
But I don't know if LBGT people have been as oppressed as or if they ever were oppressed as gay people. Like, so gay people actually are people that are into other sexes, right? But with LBGT, they're not necessarily... Are they always necessarily attracted to the other person?
You're just talking about trans, yeah?
Just trans, because they could dress up like it's... What's her name? Who's the main...
Jenner?
No, who's the one that dresses up and does the shows?
Oh, there's a few. Are you talking about like the...
I forgot.
What are you talking about?
I forgot the main lady that he's the guy and he dresses up as...
Are you talking about drag queens, yeah?
Yeah, a drag queen.
I don't think that's transgender.
No,
even though it's like the second form of transgender, bro. There's like the first form's gay, like feminine gay.
Yeah, and then it goes to...
And then it goes to drag queen and then it goes to transgender.
Oh, okay, so it's
like third evolution,
it's like semi-cell.
I don't know. I mean, I always think about it like Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Machop's like the gay guy. And then it's so true, though. Because like feminine gay guys, that's like Machop, yeah? I don't know why you'd use like the most masculine Pokemon.
Yeah.
What's a gimpy Pokemon? what's a Pokemon that would go with gay guy?
Mr. Mime?
Yeah, but he doesn't evolve, though.
Yeah, true. But he doesn't evolve.
Yeah, but the gay guys evolve.
Did you get that, though? Doesn't evolve?
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, the point that I'm trying to look, yeah, that was like
a slave or something, bro. What's around here?
No, evolve. Don't worry, bro. Don't worry. You didn't get it. The joke went over your
Jinx,
head.
bro. Remember Jinx was blackface?
Jinx is weird. But
dude, Jinx used to be blackface.
Let me go back to what I was saying about transgender. No, I thought LBGT can be drag as well.
Yeah, it is. But I know RuPaul drag queen. I know what you're talking about.
What I'm trying to say though is that I don't think that they were. I've never seen them as being oppressed. Weren't LBGT seen as very popular? Like drag queens? Weren't drag queens seen as very popular?
Yeah, they've always been a thing, man.
That's what I'm saying. So it's
just they weren't as popular. Like they weren't as prominent.
Would you consider LBGT as popular as gay people?
But it's kind of the same thing. Like
it's
LBGT,
dude.
LBGT is lesbian, bi, gay.
Yeah, but drag is different. Like drag is like
that's queer or some shit.
Yeah, but they are in comedy. It's like they're actors.
Yeah.
Even if they are gay, people don't look at them whether they're gay or not. They look at them for their performance and what they do. So they're not as shunned or not as...
Yeah,
they're not
so you're saying
at.
Is drag more accepted than gay people?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it depends.
Anyway, let's fucking move on from this topic because this topic...
oppression, bro.
Yeah, but go back to the oppression.
Right. So the first one was male privilege shit.
We don't need to
No, because I was talking about LBGT because this goes into my next...
We don't need to talk about what is and what isn't. We just need to talk about...
No, because I need to say... because people get tricked.
I just don't want to talk about what...
I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to say people get tricked into what their oppression is, yeah?
Yeah.
Because my point is with LBGT stuff, if they're called oppressed, but if they're called oppressed and they're known as oppressed in the mainstream, then they can't be oppressed because no one wants to look like they're oppressing people. Everyone wants to look really good and make themselves look good. Mm-hmm. So if you look bad for making fun of LBGT and everyone wants to look good, then what are they going to do? They're going to treat the LBGT good, which is what we see in the world. So
yeah, of course.
That by default, they can't be oppressed based on that fact. I mean, yeah, they could have crimes against them, but that's like confusion thing that I could go into, but I don't want to go into right now.
Yeah. Right. Keep going.
So the next form of the oppression is, because it'll tie into what I'm going to talk about in a second. So it's based on fear. So if we're going back to slavery or whatever, they're like, to get these people, they're dangerous, so you have to have them as slaves, or else they'll kill your whole family because they don't really know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And people get scared. So this ties in with who I think are becoming oppressed or oppressed now, is the anti-vaxxers. So, okay, if you don't wear a mask,
Yeah.
you're going to kill everyone.
Yeah.
And they get scared. So then they shun you. Like, oh, you have to wear a mask. You have to do this. You have to do that. You can't say that.
Take the jab. You're forced.
You have to take the jab. Yeah, if you don't have the vaccine, you're putting everyone else in pressure, so you shouldn't be able to travel. So then that's actually how you oppress people. Like, oh, if you haven't had the jab, even though ramble side effects and shit, I don't care about your logic. You haven't had it. You don't deserve to go to gym because you could infect everyone else and kill everyone else and kill grandma.
Yeah, because they
So
use
you
the whole
can't do that.
use the whole big picture though. They use the whole think of the bigger picture. Think of everyone. So
Yeah, so that's why like, oh, you can't have a spokesperson in media because what you're saying is actually problematic and everyone else will listen and they're going to kill everyone.
Yeah, there's no two sides. There's only one side.
So the second one's the fear. They fear into the oppressors.
Yeah.
But they don't see it as them oppressing, because if they saw them as oppressing, then they wouldn't oppress.
Yeah.
Obviously. And the third one is helping the people. So if you like back to slavery as my example, we'd be like, oh, you have to give these black people, they're too dumb to live. I think they said they were too dumb back in the day. Like, I think that's how they got them. Like, too dumb to survive by themselves. So give them shelter and just let them work for you. And then, yeah, you're helping them. They're helping you. If they didn't have you, you'd die. If you didn't have them, you wouldn't make as much production. So help them. Bring them into your house, whatever. And then you help them. And then people want to be good people. So they're like, oh, yeah, I'll do that. Everyone's got them. I'll get them as well. It's accepted.
Yeah, they feel sympathy for them.
Yeah, they're not going to treat them badly. We actually feel good for them. We're going to help them.
Even though they don't even need to be that way.
Yeah, but that's how they get them.
Yeah.
The same with the anti-maskers is like, oh, I wear a mask because I'm trying to help everyone. I'm trying to save the day.
Yeah.
I had the vax because I care about everyone else. And like, because I care and you don't.
Yeah,
it's like they get the virtual signaling thing.
Yeah.
The virtual signaling thing.
Yeah, so essentially you're saying that that the people that are making themselves look good, like aka the government or aka the people that are pushing the agenda, media and et cetera, they're setting themselves up to be on they're paying, they've created, it's problem reaction solution. Like they've created the problem.
Yeah.
Then they and then they wait for the reaction. So it's like two opposing, like they make a divide amongst the people, and then they offer this solution. But with the solution, they know that the side that they already want to decide with is going to be the one that is going to be taken as the sort of the accepted answer. So that's pretty much like people are going to take the mask on. Of course they are.
Yeah, because they
think they're helping, exactly. Like, whereas the people that have not taken the mask on, or that have watched alternative media that is labelled as conspiracy, don't even get to it gets shunned. They don't even get to have their opinion.
Yeah, they can't talk about it because it's like problematic. And they're why is no one? These guys act like they don't want the lockdowns to happen, but they don't wear a mask. Why don't everyone wear a mask and then go back to normal? And it's like the conspiracy lads know that's not going to happen. Anyway, bruh.
But it's true because and this is what I kept saying. What I don't care about. I care about us all living in a society where people can help each other and we create value for each other's lives. That's all I care about. But when I see people being shunned for what they believe and for actually taking initiative to go and research, not just go and look at all these. I don't want people looking and actually just watching the same news every day and getting told the same shit, because not everything told on mainstream media is the truth, and not everything told on alternative media is news is the truth. So you've got to take everything with a grain of salt and do your own research.